Welcome to Countryside Knitting. My name is Merete, and in addition to me you will meet Janne. We record two different places and then we edit it into one piece for you to watch. We do a lot of traditional knitting. Janne also loves to crochet and sew, and she makes a lot of her own designs. I prefer to knit from others' designs. I knit a lot of shawls, but in addition to shawls I have a pair of mittens that I have finished, and I have some projects and some yarn I want to show you. It's basically Norwegian yarn today, I think. And what I'm wearing is my Saga kofte. It's a design by cowl that is published by the Swedish company. I will link to the pattern. The mittens I have made is a pair that is called Skare, and they are from Eli Skanders Designs. This is what they look like. They are inspired by traditional Norwegian selve mittens. But the selve mittens usually were knitted in very thin yarn, and this is a thicker yarn. It's more than 80. It's a little bit more than 80 meters per 50 grams. And they fit me very well. They are rather tight, and this is what they look like. I thought of giving this to my son. Well, he has a little bit bigger hands than I have, so I think I'll make another one and use a slightly bigger needle. The yarn, as I said, is Vams. I have a lot of colors in Vams, so what I needed to do now, when I looked through all my nice colors, and I need only 50 grams of each color, is that I had to buy more of the white, the natural white, because I cannot only use these colors. When I go to Rauma, the mill, I buy, they have a little bit colors that are, well, I don't know, they have a kind of on sale, so I have a lot of yarn like this, some both in the shop and some at the mill. I will make more mittens, but I need to take a look very closely at the diagram, so when I make these I have to be concentrated. And in the last weeks now I have had an exam, for instance, then it's difficult to do concentrated knitting. Some other things that I have finished is a couple of shawls, as always. I showed you this in bottle green. I have made the same now in brown. It's a lambswool from Rauma, and it is a mix of different patterns. I'll show you it to you first. It's a triangular shaped shawl. It weighs only 130 grams, so it's a very light and nice shawl. It is not the softest you can get, but lambswool is of course softer than the other kind of wool, but still and the yarn is a little bit old, and I think that lambswool today are softer than this. I'm not sure why, something they do. Well, what I did was that I had an old pattern from the 80s, I think. I can see from the look at the design or the people here. It's made in different versions, and I use thinner yarn than the pattern says, and then I also have added another. I have this lace ending from the shimning shawl from Sophia's Tales. And when I knit, I don't count the rows. I just think, well, it's big enough for starting the knit two together and yarn over, and I look at it and think, well, it's big enough, I'll quit. So it's a bit based on my experience. These shawls can easily be rolled together and used as scarves, and they are so classical and nice that I love to knit them. I can knit without thinking almost. So I started another one because I need some easy knit. So I used the red color because it's Christmas, and this is another one. Another shawl that I have finished is the shimning shawl in leftover yarns. I have a lot of small balls of yarn from other projects, and I sort them out by color, and then I have one color that is the same for all the garter rows, and then I have put the leftover yarn in the stockinette parts. So this is what it may look like when it's finished. I haven't blocked it, that's why the lace part is bending. Well, it's in my Ravelry. I can link to it below. Some other shawls that I use now when it's Christmas is this Some Me Time shawl by Jorge Locatelli that I made in a Norwegian yarn, alpaca yarn called Storm, I think. And it's a triangular shaped shawl. Garter stitches in the beginning, and then this nice structure. I have made 2 of these, I think, but this one is very nice for Christmas. Another shawl that I think is very beautiful, but it's a little bit hard because of the bling. It's this lovely leaf shawl by Strikkelisa, made with bling in together with the red yarn. It can be very nice to have around my shoulders, but it's not very soft because of the bling. It's sharp, and with the leaves as the ending. So this is very nice, very wide. I have so many shawls. I try to remember the Christmas ones when it's actually Christmas. The lambswool is very thin, but I really like to use it. And now I have taken a lot of my yarn out of the boxes, and I sit here admiring it, looking at colors. Take a look at this, for instance. This is lambswool, old lambswool wool, and this is lambswool that I have hand dyed, and this will be nice together. It's not Christmas colors, but it's very, it's nice colors. I also have 100-gram skein that I dyed on the top of this yellow. This is what it used to look like, and then this is the result. I haven't dyed for a lot, I think maybe almost a year, because I have a new job and I do other things now. But I want to do it again sometime. I also found some, this is a bit, I don't know, very, I don't know exactly what name to put on this color, but I would like to combine it with this. This is very old, this is not so old. I think this is a sock yarn by Søstrene Grene, a Danish shop. I think these 2 were very nice together. Maybe a blanket for a child, maybe, or maybe a shawl. When I go to Rauma, to the mill, I sometimes buy very cheap yarn like this. This is lambswool. 150 Norwegian crowns for 300 grams. That's really cheap. So that is one reason why I have a lot of yarn, because of the mill. When I have some kind of, it is kind of leftover, I think. They were not big enough for 50 grams balls of yarn, and then I put it into the sail. I also have a box with Rauma lambswool here in front of me with more light colors, hand dyed. some brown. Well, I have a lot, and I really like, now that I am not so much in the yarn shops and I try to avoid the websites as well, I try to look at what I have and knit from that. I should do that. Another thing that I really want to do now is to make some Bernie Sanders mittens. Do you remember the Bernie Sanders mittens with the 70s look? I have, this was published for free. So this is the chart, and I can easily make it. I have made 2 pairs, and I gave one as a present, and I sold another one. But I have a lot of brown, different tones of brown and white. This is 100 meters per 50 grams, so it's thicker. It's thinner than this, but a lot thicker than the lambswool. I think I'll make a mitten pair of this. And I can also show you the lambswool. I was given a lot of lambswool that would maybe have been put in the trash, I don't know. An old lady couldn't use it. She had one to tidy it up for her, and then I was asked, and I have given away a lot, but I still have a lot for myself. It was meant for knitting machine, so they are caked like this, all of it. And this blue is a very nice blue color. I was given a lot of the same colors, and the blue was not the dominating color, but this I had a lot of. And this, 2 different kind of browns and orange. I think it's a bit of a 1990s colors. So I have a lot of this, and when I make a shawl I don't need more than 3 of these. I mean, it can be so many shawls from my lambswool. I think this is what I have to show you. I have been I'm a student this autumn in addition to full-time work, so I have had an exam, and of course my work takes my time, so I don't knit that much, but I enjoy the knitting as well as I have always done. And what I do is that I really like to listen to audiobooks, and I also have a paper copy of the book beside me, because I work in a library. I can have all the book copies, paper copies I want to. So I have it in addition, so I read a little bit, but I listen and knit, and that is so nice. I really recommend. I guess a lot of you do that as well. Well, I think now I have a lot of Christmas feeling in tapes. I have had the camera with me to different places, and you will see it in different places in this episode, and I guess you will have a little bit of that now before you will go over to Janne's place. So I will just say bye from me, and thank you for watching, and read the comments, read our notes, and please put in some comments. We love to read your comments. And have a very nice Christmas. So Merry Christmas from me to you.
og nå er det tid for en kjærleik som ingen kan fatte. Men
det går ikke an.
Vi der kjærleik er, og den store hvile. Nå skal ingen av dykk si noe mer. Nå skal alle være stille, ikke tenke orda over, og nå er det tid for en kjærleik som ingen kan fatte. Men
det går ikke an.
Vi der kjærleik er, og den store hvile. Nå skal ingen av dykk si noe mer. Nå skal alle være stille, ikke tenke.
Hello and welcome to my second floor. We have winter in Norway, and winter in Norway is cold. We have wind, and it's -2 degrees, and on Aukra it's cold, very cold. So I am wearing wool, lots of wool. I knit cowl. I don't have pattern, but I think I have to have something in my neck because it's cold. So I knit this. This is wool. I like wool. And this is great. I love this. So I want to make a hat, but I think I will make that in, oh, that was a bit in finull. It's not the same color, but I think I will have it in finull. Maybe I try. I have 2.5 of this, so I have 120 gram of vams from Rauma. So maybe I try. You see it like this. So I sew some buttons on, but not on all. You see, I haven't, it's on all, but I like it. He says it's warm. That's the mean. I have made a pillow. I made pillow every Christmas and every Easter. And I have a group in Facebook. But I also sell it on Ravelry. So you find it, this is a graph, and you can, if you don't know Norwegian, you can knit it because it's a graph, all is the graph. So this is called Christmas hos Hamsgarn. That's the place we ordinarily play this podcast. But it's winter and it's not so great to drive, and my body isn't fit to drive today, so it don't be to Merete today. So we will play in each of us. I have a pillow, it's called waffle. That's a Norwegian thing, I think. I don't know what it's called in English. And this is the sock from that pillow. I have made it, but I haven't made the pattern yet. I hope I will be, but it will be in Norwegian, as ordinary. But if you can knit socks, this is also graph. This is fable from Drops. I love fable because the fable is the best sock yarn I know. In thin sock I knit with 1 thread, and a thick sock I knit with 2 threads. That's my favorite. So I have a big box with Fable. I forgot to say what yarn this is. This is a self-dyed finul, and this is black vidul. I have get a lot of leftovers from a lady. She can't knit anymore, so I'll knit that yarn. And this is one socks. This is from Viking yarn. It's a Norwegian company, and it's called Ragged. This is Viking yarn. And this is the socks. And this is an other yarn. I think this is from House of Yarn, if I remember correct. And this is sock from Adlibris. Sock yarn. Then I've been knitting a lot of we in Norway we call it tøfler. It's a sock, but it's felted socks. It like this. And I have sewed this on side. This is Alcantara. This is a heavy furniture fabric. I cut them out and sew it on. This is one. This is mostly leftover. I have buyed the grey, so I put the leftovers in the with the grey. I had this eye. It's dark lilac. I mean dyed from leftovers, and all of them have. This is the button. I have made 7 pair. So most of November I knit this. This is Christmas present to one of my husband's child, and she's her family. Never countryside knitting without baker's twine. This is one of them. This is a yarn from Viking yarn called Spring, and it's Sandnes Mandarin Petit, yes, in baker's twine. And this is also leftovers. This is one thread of Sandnes Mandarin Nature in red, and a grey. This is Drops Love You 7, and I haven't enough, so I used baby cotton from Baby Summer, I think it's called, from Ice Yarn. So they, if you have scrap yarn, they work. So you just use some leftovers in brown. Yes, that was what I have been knitted, finished for this time. So that's, I will talk about knitting bags. I have sewn a lot of knitting bags. This is fabric I have got. It's leftover, and it's old thing from some where I have been sewn. This is an old fabric from a curtain. Red in the backside. This is a very popular birds in Norway. Red in the backside. This is a broderie. I get 3 of these. This is an old pillow, and the opening to the pillow is here. So you can have your phone in that. And 2 of leftovers. This and this on the lila back. So that's what I have been doing. Welcome back to product I am doing right now. I am doing crochet and I doing knitting. I started on a blanket to myself, Christmas blanket. I come so far, but I will have some other things upside of this. Oh, the sun is coming. Before it's break with the storm. It's a storm on the way to Norway. So this is just started on. I will show it on. I think I will crochet on this in the Christmas, because I like to do Christmas thing in Christmas. This is finull from Rauma and lambswool from Rauma and bling. So it will not be that thing on the whole blanket. I have to set it down. And I am knitting. I will see. And the next. Oh, that's sun. What's not so good? I'm knitting on a hat. Brioche. Oh, what? It's the name. You found it on Ravelry, but I don't remember the name. It's something like a brioche cloth hat, I think. I will send Merete the link so you can see it out there. This is leftover. This is a yarn from, oh, I have one here, I think. Oh, don't I have one here? Yes, I have. This is Nako. It's a Turkish yarn with kid silk from Drops, and they held together. And this is Dale baby wool and kid silk held together. This is the hat. It's brioche. So, I have to have all the threads inside, because before I use the zipper, or it'd be a catastrophe. My Christmas bag. One of them, I have knitting Fabel and Drops Delight. I don't think Drops, you can buy Drops Delight more. So, but it's thin and I like the thread. And I knitting the same hat in brioche. I have take more stitches so it will fit grown people. And I like, and it's white inside. So, 2 hats. I have a lot on my... I'm doing... This is a cowl, a easy cowl. I buy this on Rauma to very cheap price. And I dyed it. And I knit this. It's 80 stitches and just knit. I knit and purl some down here, and I will use it on the top too. It's a cowl. It's cold in Norway. And Bakerståen. I say never an episode on the countryside knitting without discs. This is one, and I am knitting on number 2. This is Drops Love You in color 25, and it's, oh, I will see, saffron, also from Drops, in 22. There are 3 threads together, all together, in this. This is the new color on my new kitchen, and they are just the same color. So I will knit a pair of this, maybe 2 pair. I have one. I would have one when I wash the other one. Then I will see here. I am knitting a sweater to my husband. He has a long arm. 2 sleeves, I think. And this is the body. I am now on, I think I have knitted 25 centimeters, but I will check now. Oh, I am on 40 centimeters. I just have 8 centimeters left to I will get and knit the pattern. So this is living up in this bag. It's an old embroidery I have been sewing. And in my Christmas bag, my knitting bag, my big, this is big. This was a thing I have in my kitchen, but we take a wall down, so I don't have spare for it longer. I have an old embroidery here. This is Nordkapp in Norway. And I have a neighbor. She will have baby in January, and she wished to have socks. So I knit socks to her. And I have to do this in Christmas. So I have to do that. She will get a boy. And I have 2 things more here. This is a cloth. This is one of my own pattern. It's the podcast cloth to my husband's daughter. She will get once more. This is my cloth bag. It's small. You get 2 things down here. Yeah, I have 2. So I will knit they 2. This is, and I have some pattern down here. It's fit. And I have once more. This is This is a wool from Holum gård in Trøndelag. She is making yarn from her own sheep. So you see, this is very thin. It's one thread, and you have to knit it back and forth, because you can't make that around. One thread you can't make around, because it will be like this. So we have to knit it back and forth. You have to put another thread with it if you want to knit around. This is 2 knit and 1 purl. I have made 60 stitches and knit 2 knit and 1 purl, and then it will be like this. I think this will be warm. It doesn't. It's always, yes, it's great. I like to do that finish. That's once more. I have been on, and this is my blanket. I have made a couple of hearts more. This is the blanket. It's heavy because this is Petter from Rauma. This yarn is not in sale anymore, so I buy a lot of them. And then I use thin. This is baby wool, and this is Socky Fine from Adlibris. I have been dyed this and hold together with Petter, and then so it's heavy because it won't be a bread spread, so it will be heavy. Here is the start, and I think it's 2 meters high, and you see here I have once more heart, 2 heart, and this the half of the bread spread. This is the half, because this will be to a bed is 120. Yes, 120. So this is 60 centimeters. So you see, it's 2 meter long. So I have been crochet this and this since last time. I said knit. No, I mean crochet. So it's growing, but it's not growing fast. But it will be. So that's what's all from me this time. I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I will use scrap yarn also next year. Bye.